Hello everyone, this is Romita here from InstaSafe. Please welcome to one more interesting webinar on demystifying zero trust. We have Anil with us today. Anil has almost 5+ years of experience in cybersecurity, which includes penetration testing, code review, vulnerability management, firewall configuration, WAF management, and containers. Anil is also a certified ethical hacker and is a member of the EC Council. Anil is a very keen public speaker and he has participated in many corporate webinars and delivered lectures on cybersecurity in many college and school seminars. Anil also loves to travel and play badminton. Welcome, Anil. So, since we are talking about demystifying zero trust, I'll go ahead with my first question to you. So, how does human trust should we also follow the zero trust concept? Does this trust mechanism work in the? How does this trust mechanism work in the digital world? And if you can let us know the challenges.
Okay. So, hi guys. So when I come and say, let's start with an example. I come to you and say, can you give me a 10 lakhs so that I can give you 3% as an interest? So what do? You trust me without anything, or do you give me 10 lakhs then and there itself, or do you analyze like how can I give you 10 lakhs? So what is the risk for you? So for you, so what is the risk for you? So obviously 10 lakhs you can't give me directly. So you need some motivation. So all these things will add, and then you take care of outcomes. So if you give me 10 lakhs, I should be able to give you 10 lakhs back. So that's the outcome which you expect. So then if you feel no, I can't give 10, then there is no trust. So if you feel like I can give you, I know him, there is a history of him, we can give back. So then you start rating the trust. If you say he can give 10 lakhs within 2 months, so then that trust rating will increase. So that's how human tendency will work on the trust. Same thing on the network. So network, when anyone comes for authentication, so they don't trust immediately. So they analyze. So we need to analyze who is that, as we do. Does he is a capable person to give the authentication or not? So that's how the network works. And the zero trust is very important. Like if I am the first person to enter the network, and if I am not authorized to access our database, so some other database, if there is full complete trust in the network, if I am able to access one network and there is no zero trust added to that network, then that means I'll have complete access to the network. So let's take an example for perimeter. The perimeter VPN firewalls. They follow once we are part of network. They trust us completely. We'll have complete access. So once the hacker has access to any of the one user credentials, so that means he freely goes to in search of anything. Since we are not following zero trust. So zero trust is a complete. We need to have authentication and authorization in a continuous manner. It's not a one time. It's a continuous process. That's how it works.
I really like your analogy about the 10 lakh and not trusting people even in your network, part. So with this, I'm moving on to my next question. That would be, what is zero trust, and what isn't a zero trust when it comes to network?
So first I'll cover what isn't a zero trust.
Sure.
So zero trust is not a single work. Like it's not a process. It's not a single project. Like we can ask developer, let's put all authentication and authorization in all API code. So it's not a single project. It's a process or the policy involved in each and everything which we release. So we need to have a process in all the things which we follow. So that's the zero trust. So it needs the certain stages. all the release, all the process, whatever we do, it all needed the zero trust. We can't tell the CTO come or the management can't come and say, let's put all the authentication authorization. That doesn't work. So that is not a zero trust. Zero trust is something like the continuous verification of the user into a network or into a web application, into everything. So that's the zero trust.
Okay. So why do you think zero trust is implemented everywhere nowadays almost, and why is it important for every institution, be it corporate or be it educational, to have it?
Yeah. So let's go 5 or 10 years back. So in those times, all the servers or all the things were inside the office, and we used to come to office and work. So there was one more layer of the security called physical security. So I know you, I know people who are coming to office. We can ask who are you to enter the office. So there was one more layer to add as a physical security. Nowadays, after the COVID, or it can be a COVID or anything, people are working from cafe, tourist, resort, anywhere. We don't even know who is working on, who is logging into the network. So that's where the zero trust is very much needed. Once, like, I am working on cafe, I might leave my laptop there then and there. So if it is authenticated and left it over, I can't. We need to ask the authentication authorization at least after 1.5 hour, or it depends on the corporate. We ask every 1 hour, or some other company asks 2 days. It can be done, but we need to ask for authentication. So that's how the zero trust has been evolved nowadays.
Yeah, that's right. So, since we are talking about how the work scenario is changing now, most of the people work hybrid and stuff. So, will you be able to tell our audience that what are the benefits if, for example, somebody wants to implement a zero trust in their organization? How would it benefit their employees or the network or the security?
Yeah. So mainly zero trust what it does do is when we are implementing the zero trust, it always assumes that system has been breached. So that's the main thing on zero trust. So it will always assume that it has been breached. So it will always give the least privilege to the users. So if I have admin access, it will not give direct access to admin. It will always give a least admin, and then it will authorize the other things. So least privilege is one. It will assume the breach in the network, and it will always continuously verification the user before giving access, and it will always continuously verify before giving the data. Is it a right? Am I giving the right data to the person or not? So that's how the benefits of zero trust.
Okay. And since it's a pretty, let's say 10-12 years old, pretty new thing, right? So what do you think could be the challenges after you implement zero trust in your organization?
Yeah, that's the most important question. Recently, the White House from the US has been released. The 4 years back, they have released on press with stating that zero trust is one of the main key role to secure the network security. But the challenge is, if you are continuously authenticate the person, if there will be a availability challenge, like the server might go down. So that is very important. If I am let's say the Facebook announce we are only available from 9 to 6 o'clock. So then most of them will use after 12 o'clock. So the company will be the availability will be down. So we need to make sure that availability is at most. We can't bring process down. We can't tell if you like the button, if you have the like button now, if you click the like button, we'll have like button tomorrow. So that's not the process. We need to authenticate you. So we can't have process there. So we need to make sure instant reply, instant thing, but with the authentication. We need to add one more layer with the authentication. That is one thing. And we need to cost might increase more. because we adding the servers might increase more, so the cost might increase, and the mindset is very important. The security team or the networking team mindset should be changed. We were using the parameter devices. Now we need to change to zero trust devices. So the mindset of the security engineers or the network team has to be changed. So these are the things which is a challenge. I think the team is working pretty hard on that. So we might change. We might see the changes nowadays.
Okay, thank you, Anil. I think it was a very insightful webinar. Thank you for coming over and sharing your thoughts on Zero Trust with us.